Hey, so today in the Toolbox, I'm kind of doing the same thing that I was doing the other day, but on piano. Something I was kind of struggling with was like I had the intro, let me turn the volume up a bit. You know, that bit. And then it kind of went into the verse, which went. And then it does the verse twice. But I finally came up with the chorus. I ended up using kind of the same chords that I was messing around with in the last one, which is E minor, but in the chorus, and kind of what I was doing last time, one of the ideas I played with was going to D major. I think the version that I used, the guitar chord I used was D major 7 to B dominant 7, or D dominant 7 and to B dominant 7. Um, but when I was playing it on piano, at least, I was just playing it with the normal major chord, and that ended up giving really smooth voice leading to this B dominant 7 because in D major you have D, F sharp, and A. And then I'm just using like octave basses in the left hand. But you have D, F sharp, and A. And then in B dominant 7, you have B, D sharp, F sharp, A. It's got that diminished chord in there too. You know, the D sharp, F sharp, A. You know, I always knew the tritone that existed in dominant chords, but I didn't actually know that there was a diminished chord in there too. That's cool. Anyways, so kind of what I was thinking of for the chorus is like. Okay, let me play one of the verses actually, so it gives like the intro into the chorus. And that was the other thing. After the chorus, you know, it bridges the bridge into the next verse is the same kind of as the intro, where it goes like. Something I was playing around with when I was improvising was instead of going dun 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 dun, I was actually switching over to B dominant 7 and going dun 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 dun. So I don't know how I feel about that right now. I'll kind of go back and listen to that and see how I feel. Oftentimes when I'm playing this, what I hear is a lot different than what I hear in the recording. So like in the last episode, I thought, or when I was first recording I do all these kind of in one take, but I can't hear the B7 on. Actually, my guitar's right. I can think about it. I can't hear the B. Ooh, it might be in drop D. It's in drop D. Let me use this. All right, there we go. So, oh yeah, I can't hear like the B7s as clearly, like these. I couldn't hear that. I can hear it really clearly on this guitar, but I can't really hear it as much on my other one because the strings have never been changed. They're so dirty. Man, that guitar has seen some things, man. It's been beat up. I've had it since I was 16. I didn't start playing it till I was 17, but that thing has been abused, man. Anyways, I couldn't hear the B7, so I couldn't as clearly hear what I was saying, or what I was playing, rather. And so it's part of why I record these, just to go back and listen to them and hear what it sounds like, you know, to other people. Sometimes I get really hard on myself for what I feel like I sound like, but what other people are hearing, they enjoy. And I don't know, the point of music isn't to be perfect and hit all the right notes. People usually can't tell if you miss a note as long as you do it confidently. And something I tell all my students is if you miss a note and you're improvising, like say you're improvising over, let me set this guitar down. Say you're improvising over like C major or something. And you hit like a, one of the black notes, just something. Treat it like a blue note. So like, just keep moving. It ends up sounding pretty cool most of the time. Anyways, so the outro, going back to that, kind of got sidetracked, but the outro, anyways, is very similar to the intro, which is the. But in the outro, instead of introducing that tension to build you up into the verse, I'm just keeping it on E minor and going. And I could maybe play around with some inversions, try some different spellings, like maybe instead of doing this, I could do like this from the start and go like. I don't know. I'm gonna play around with it, but I'm gonna play around with like that and song structure. But that's kind of what I've got going so far. Now I have like an idea for the chorus. I've got an idea for the verse, the intro, the outro. Now I get to like mess around and put all these parts together. Tiny Dancer is another song that uses the verse one, verse two. It does a double like verse back to back and delays the chorus. And that's kind of what I want to do with this one. I really like the way that the effect that creates. Um, I don't even have the correct words for it. It just sounds good, honestly. But yeah, that wasn't originally written like that. When Bernie wrote the lyrics, it was written in just verse, chorus, like in typical song format. Um, but when Elton was playing it, he kind of switched it around, and it sounded kind of more natural. And that's kind of the process I've been going through with this. I really like the idea of doing a double verse. I don't know. I'm really liking how this is shaping up so far. My partner, Elise Bradford, I'll put their channel in the description so you can check it out. But like when I'm playing this, they've been singing over top of it a lot, and it's so beautiful, man. There's such a The word that comes to mind is talented, but as talented as they are, they've spent their whole life doing everything. They started tap dance at 2. They started singing in choir. I forget what age, but I think it was between 4 and 8. I know they started clarinet at 6. I know they started piano at 8, and they're turning 20 this Friday. So, and it's not like they've just kind of dabbled in those things. They've been singing in theater, they've been singing in choir, they've been gigging in their own gigs. They just recently had a performance. Um, what's it called? For a Juneteenth show, and they sung a couple of covers and a couple of the original songs. They've done a lot of gigging. They've been working their ass off their whole life, and it's so beautiful to get to see the culmination of that day to day. They'll just pop out with some improvised lyrics that sound like something I'd hear on the radio. A lot of the time, that's what I confuse it for. I'm like, oh, hey, cool. Whose song is that? And they're like, oh, I was just coming up with it on the spot. And obviously, as a musician, that's the best feeling in the world to be able to say that. It's so nice hearing, like, oh, whose song is that? Because it's never like, oh, I don't think you could do that good. It's just like, whoa, that is next level, and that's what I expect to hear, like, from professional top tier musicians. It's less of like, I don't think you're capable of that, and it's like, if you were capable of that, why are you talking to me? I don't know. Maybe that's kind of a dumb way to think about it, but it just feels good to get that reaction, and it's so beautiful to be able to watch that day to day with them. And they've been an amazing help to me on my music journey. I would not be where I am without them, and it shows because I can never talk about music in my music journey without talking about them. I end up bringing up, like, for example, this cadence is kind of similar to what I mentioned in the last video where they went, or I forget the strumming pattern to it because it's on guitar, but it goes like E minor. Let me do an E power chord. It's like yeah, I'll do E minor. It's like that, and then it goes to like a D6. Yeah. And then it goes to a C major. And then to a B dominant 7. But that nice Andalusian cadence. That's a lot of what kind of this chorus is. It goes E minor to a D major to a B dominant 7. But yeah, that's what I've got so far. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you guys next time.